Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money.
Hey, everybody. What's up? It's your girl, Constance Carter, and this is Fly Nubian Money, where we help you to master your mindset and maximize your what? Your money. So today we are talking about a story that is so heartbreaking, familiar, way too common in our community. I don't know if you guys heard about the former NBA player, Sebastian Telfair, was a hometown hero who went from the projects of Coney Island to a multi-million-dollar contract. Now there's a new documentary that shows he's back living in those same projects after everything he built fell apart. This is not just about money loss. It's about what happens when you reach the top without the support, the structure, and the emotional stability to stay there. It's about the pressure of fame, the lack of financial guidance, and the cost of trauma, and the reality that one bad season or one bad decision can erase years of work. His story forces us to ask what we owe to our athletes. It forces us to ask what we owe to our boys and our community beyond applause. And how do we protect ourselves so that this rise is not followed by a painful fall? Now, before we get it cracking, I want to introduce the dopest ass queens on the planet. We got Miss Noma Langa. What's up, Miss Noma Langa? The marriage, the marriage, the motherhood, and the money
making. Jesus. How long? Marriage, motherhood, and money making, girl.
Let me tell you something about me. I'm almost 50. Okay. So you're gonna have to give me the pass. I'm almost 50. You little youngsters. Y'all millennials. I'm a Generation Xer. You hear me?
Yeah, I'm almost 52, darling.
Oh, we old. You old too. You might be drinking some Ginga Galope, but you know what I'm talking about. It is not on point. What's up, Miss Nomalanga? How you doing? All the way from Botswana.
I'm doing great, Constance. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I got to make it out there. See, listen, the way I seen your wedding pictures yesterday, I was like, oh my God, I got it. You see that? It was beautiful. I wish we could show it.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
Nobody's been getting married all year. It's beautiful. All year. You should see all the other pictures. You should have seen like the parade of people that were dressed alike it's extravagant.
This is a new thing.
This is a whole year-long process. They've been getting married all year. It's the same marriage, but it's the same husband. They just getting married all year.
The same wedding. I'm not the same marriage, different.
Yes. It's just different parts. It's like
it's a long process. Yeah, and ours is rather long compared to the norm.
Yeah, because you're wealthy. I forgot. So we're talking about rich people shit. This ain't regular Botswana people. This is the rich people. Okay, I get it. I get it. Okay, got it. Because it looks very regal and very elegant. So
it's beautiful.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
We have Miss Black Hollywood herself, Miss Tierra. All things Hollywood, baby. What's happening?
I'm well. Thank you.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
AKA Comma J. Hello.
You heard me? Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay,
yes.
Comma J. Okay. I see you. You about to have something going on in a minute. A little listening party.
I am. And not little. It's going to be a listening party.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I did one of the mother things. Your little, my bad. I certainly did not mean to minimize what you're doing because you're doing.
No, it's all good. I know we do that. Yeah, it's a black, I think it's a black family thing.
Yeah,
you got your little, I see you with your little thing going.
How you doing? Yeah, exactly. My bad. So anyway, ladies, good afternoon, queens. Let me look because I don't know anything about what's going on. So let's take a look at this video before we even start the conversation. How about we do that?
Let's do it.
All right, bet.
We ain't sugarcoat nothing. Look, we ain't got no keys. This how you get your mail. That's how you get your mail. You ain't got no mail? We good. Can't come in here by yourself. Gotta sign a waiver to come in 2940. I'm gonna show y'all the inside. Yeah. Let's go. Shit is a culture shock, but I ain't gonna lie, me coming back to the projects was a gift. It was a gift and a curse, but more of a gift, tell you the truth. I really wanted to show the world exactly how I'm living. Being in the project is all a mental thing also, you know what I'm saying? But shit is definitely real. This is the kitchen right here and shit. Shit get lit at, take care of yourself. My last pantry I had in my crib was a whole room size. You know what I'm saying? But right now this is the pantry, you heard? Check out the amenities, man. Stainless steel appliances and all that. This is my office / closet room. Y'all might have seen this jersey right here. Y'all see this jersey right here? 1,000 pair off-whites and all that. Y'all already know I'ma stay fly. They're a little worn, so somebody got their ass bust with me wearing these. I don't know if y'all know, on COVID, I lost my mom, and I lost my oldest brother, and the next year, God sent me twins, girl and boy. I'm gonna go say what's up to them. They sleep out. This is my twins' playroom right here. But most important was these right here. Make sure my kids read about me. Middle of the J's with a book, a movie, my own sneakers. Shit crazy.
Negro, you ain't even had the furniture from the old place. Like, you just lost everything? You lost everything? There's no remnants of your wealth anywhere? Like, what? Like, you lost every strand of everything you've gained with $30 million.
Not funny. That's not funny. But it's the way you said it.
I am so damn what? Nigga, you lost everything. You ain't got nothing from the mansion. Not one thing in the park. Not one thing from the.
I hate you.
I got nothing.
You got nothing. No, Malenga.
I'm gonna let y'all talk because
as Constance tries to pull herself together, what is your reaction from the video?
My reaction, I mean, it's actually quite pitiful, but it doesn't surprise me at all. I obviously don't know who this person is, but I can already feel like maybe there was some drug use. Those are the people that piddle away everything until there's absolutely nothing left. And then the second thing is, I'm inclined to believe that there's no history of wealth in his family. So unfortunately, what people do is they just kind of level back out to where they were and where their family has always been, you know, unless you're really, really doing something extra and being very, very purposeful about, you know, this is where I'm coming from and I'm never going back here. And these are the things I'm going to put in place to make sure that I'm not going to end up here. Constance says something that caught my attention. She's like, you know, everybody's one bad decision, but actually that isn't true. You're not one bad decision. Like with a trust fund, you can make all the bad decisions that you like. It's going to make sure that those bad decisions don't affect everything that you have, because that's its purpose, right? Even if you make bad decisions, there's something to insulate you from your bad decisions. And I think that's something we need to think about more seriously.
Yeah. I think we also have to, I think we have to also state that this is Allen Iverson's cousin. So there wasn't one millionaire in the family basketball players. Like, it's hard enough getting to the NBA, but you have two people in your family that are, have reached this level, have had multi-million-dollar contracts. And they both went broke. They both kind of had the same outcome. Had you know, Allen Iverson not had some things in place, and actually from, you know, a deal that was made, had he had not had something in place, he would be his cousin. So I think it's also important to say that. Constance, I would love to know, now that you've had some time.
I got nothing. I mean, you got $30 million is a lot. $30 million is a lot of money. And so there was nobody around. Because I thought that when they got in the NBA, I know they do that. No, I thought they did it in the NBA. They have like a financial advisor. They teach them financial literacy because they know where these people come from. He didn't have $30 million, no financial advisors. Like, was he ripped off? Did his accountant take his money? You know, that's a lot of money to blow and not have no remnants of. Like, $30 million is a lot. Yeah. You know, at least you have a car. I mean, you got some old busted ass shoes, and that's you flexing. Nigga, what? And then
I think those were his shoes. I think they were. He was saying, I think he had a shoe situation. Like, there was endorsement deals in this situation. So I don't know where his money. I didn't get a chance to watch the rest of the series. I'm sure he goes into that. But you know, I would like to, when I think, because I got other videos from other ball players kind of saying what they did with their money, and a lot of it was just really poor money management, feeling like I can spend 5 million here, 3 million there, 50 million or 20 million there, and it not at some point start to, you know, dwindle myself if I don't have a plan, right? So I feel like a lot of it sound like beyond like drugs. It just sound like really poor management, huh?
All I was thinking was crack, because how do you have nothing? I do want to ask people in the comments, outside of crack, maybe it is crack.
I don't think it's just crack.
What do you think happened to where this man lost every single solitary dime and has no remnants of any amount of wealth that he's ever obtained, just from that one little clip? What do you guys think happened? I want to get your opinion, because maybe you could help me out here, because I still haven't heard anything about how somebody can go. Huh?
Someone in the comments says there was also a divorce, so maybe the wife took.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. Let me ask ChatGPT. She knows.
Okay, so there was also a divorce. There was also some legal issues. Okay, yeah. Well, we know the legal issues because he's in jail right now. But did that take the money?
I mean, I'm pretty sure a combination of all of it has taken his money. I mean, people don't. It's not always crack. I just feel like people really don't know how to spend their money. And over a course of, let's say, 10 years, you know, you take that money and you're spending in a way that is dangerous. Like, it's gonna be zero at some point.
Yeah. And that's the thing that they don't understand, I think, is that do you remember when they used to have MTV Cribs? And I remember Cash Money was on there, and they, like, the amount of frivolous spending there was. He had like cars with mink on them. It was just so stupid and outlandish. Yeah. And you know, that's the mentality, because they don't think that it's ever going to go away. And that's the unfortunate part, is it will. And then especially when you add Uncle Sam up in there too. Well, I want you to answer that question when we come back from the break about what actually happened to Homeboy, because I think it's time for us to take a break.
Okay, because I got the answer according to ChatGPT.
All right, let's see what Chatisha say.
Okay, Chatina.
Chatina, yours, Chatina.
It's a good show right here. But I'm biased. If you are just tuning in, you are watching Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money. My name is Tiara Williams. I'm also known as Miss Black Hollywood, and I'm the proud producer of this show because it is lit. If you want to receive notifications for when we go live Monday through Friday, 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All you have to do is text the word Queens to 87948. That's Queens to 87948. That's QUEENS to 87948. Also, if you want to grow your money and not blow your money, all you have to do is go to flynubianmoney.com. There's all kinds of resources, there's courses, there's free giveaways. There's just no reason to be broke in 2025. All you have to do is go to flynubianmoney.com. Obviously, you don't want to be entertained here. You want to know enough to grow. Wait, I need to put that on a shirt. You got to know to grow. Got to know to grow. So know and grow with flynubianmoney.com.
All right, so we today, if you just tuned in, we're talking about, what's his name?
Sebastian
Telfair. He lost $30 million after playing in the NBA. How many years did he play in the NBA?
Enough.
Okay, enough.
Enough for it to matter. Yeah. Enough for it to matter.
So we were asking the question, what happened to all of his money? Like what? So what are some of the things? And Chat Tina, which is Tiara's chat, told us what happened, Tiara.
Okay, so it says that Telfair earned approximately $30 million over his NBA career. He lost a major endorsement deal, an estimated $20 million with Adidas after a robbery incident. So it got niggly. Legal troubles piled up. He was involved in a healthcare fraud scheme defrauding the NBA players' health and wealth benefit plan, around $4 million. Arrested for weapons and other offenses which drained money, disrupted his career, and added legal costs.
This nigga's stupid.
He ended up moving back to the projects because his finance eventually collapsed. I asked if there was drugs involved. He had weapons and marijuana-related charges in 2017 when his vehicle was stopped with loaded guns and a bag of weed. He pleaded guilty in 2023 to conspiracy to commit healthcare fraud and wire fraud tied to a $4 million scheme targeting the NBA players. And he was sentenced in 2025 to 6 months, which he is serving currently. He will be out January 2026.
So this is just a dumb motherfucker. That's all this is. So we're just talking about a dumb motherfucker because that's all you said. It was just dumb shit, 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 and that's it. Just dumb motherfucker. All right, let's look at another video about some other.
But can I also say, like, I'm not gonna give him
dumb
grace.
Motherfucker.
I might give him grace, a little grace, but I mean, because if it's gonna just make you more of who you are, right? We always talk about this. And if you are, doing niggardly things and out and can't get into the, always getting into trouble, it's not going to stop that. Like, that trauma that comes along with it. I mean, we don't talk enough about, I think, our Black boys just, kind of struggling a little bit. And also, you throw some money in their hands, they're not going to change. He's not going to get sense. He's going to keep doing stupid
dumb
things.
Motherfucker. Is what he is. You got access and proximity to wealth. There are people on your team that are making good decisions. You're around this. You see it and you choose to go do some fraud shit. You choose to do robbery shit. Like, you're a dumb motherfucker. Period. No, like, what do you think?
Actually, I was thinking about that, the fraud thing with where they were offering healthcare or whatever that sounded like maybe he was trying to actually do something meaningful, go into business, and maybe he may have gotten caught up with somebody who was, maybe he didn't vet it enough, because people do get caught up in things, because when you have a lot of money, you're going to have Pookie from the neighborhood saying, I got this great idea, we can do this. And then you're like, okay, let's do it. And then, before you know it, you got a whole bunch of legal troubles, and Pookie has nothing to lose anyway. So sometimes that is one thing I would give him, because he seems to have been making some kind of effort to not just be an NBA player with a lot of money, but actually build something which he could later on live off of. And it just went south really bad and really quick, it sounds like.
I'm gonna go with a no. You just ran down a laundry list of things. If it was one bad decision, I could see. This motherfucker did a whole lot of shit, dumb shit. It wasn't just one. It was a laundry list. Yeah, it's a pattern. So you're a grown-ass man. You know right from wrong. You have access to all this money, and yet you choose to do dumb shit. It's not like the person who lives in the projects, who ain't never had nothing, who ain't got nothing, and he just looking for a way out. Nigga, you got your way out, and this is how you choose to squander it. You a dumb motherfucker. Donkey of the motherfucking day. Let's look at the next video.
I mean, there's more. There's more of them.
Oh, yeah.
My first contract, I think it was $6 million over 5 years.
7.6 million, 2.5 million a year. Number one all time. That's the biggest NFL contract in NFL history for a defensive player.
My first check was for like $500,000.
$33.5 million for 7 years.
And then I went on a splurge.
The first thing I bought for myself was a Cadillac Escalade. I wanted earrings that, were $30,000.
I always wanted a Porsche, but didn't need the Porsche at the exact same time I had the Escalade and tricked out Denali.
Young athletes and their millions, the pitfalls of that much money. What is it about young guys coming into the league these days? What are the pressures on them that cause them to get into that position?
I lost 2 houses back to back.
I lost 4 houses.
Man, you keep this up, you could be broke.
I ended up to the point where I was broke.
I'm just here to tell you, man, it doesn't last forever. Before you know it, I looked up, I was broke.
Brokey. So what do all these people have in common? I want to ask you, Noma, like just thinking from a critical lens, what do you think all of these people have in common that had all this money and went broke? What's the common denominator?
You mean other than being in the NBA, they started off broke. They started off poor and they just returned to their natural whatever,
Their natural habitat.
It sounds awful, but that's really what it is. And like I said, I used to make really fiery posts. I've calmed down a lot in recent years, and I always used to say, like, listen, if you don't think about building wealth, you're sinking into poverty. That's just a fact. If you're not actively thinking daily about what am I going to do to not end up poor, you're sinking into poverty one way or another. You're going into debt, or you might level off and just be mediocre. So it has to be something that you're really determined about, especially if you didn't start off wealthy. You have to be on this trajectory of learning, being around people who know how to build wealth, how to sustain it. You have to know how to insulate yourself. And the other thing is, when you have a whole bunch of money, there are so many sharks around. And then if you're not that smart, you're not that experienced, you're not insulated, they're coming to get it. And then you're left with nothing, and they continue on to the next. Yeah. All these NBA players, whatever, it doesn't even have to be the NBA. It's football, it's basketball, it's the music industry, it's actors, whatever it is. They always have sharks circling whose main job is to extract their money. I'm your agent, I'm your accountant, I'm your lawyer, I'm your this. And they're filthy rich from people who are not smart enough to maintain their own wealth. Right. That's how they get rich, like literally taking off of people who are so talented and have a lot of money, and they get stinking rich just because they know how to extract it, and they're sharks.
Yeah, that's true. What do you think, Tiara? What's the common denominator here with all those people?
Yeah, it makes me think of, it's funny because it made me think of the Dave Chappelle skit, the skit where it was like Black people had gotten reparations and they went out and did exactly, they like were just spending money like crazy. But it made me think about, I think I read somewhere that if we, in fact, as a community, get reparations, 97% of us will eventually go back to our natural state. Like within the year, it'll be a restored order of what was happening before, because we would just spend it. I think it's mindset. I think coming into a situation saying, okay, wow, and you're looking around and all of your friends are stunting or flexing or whatever, and you like, well, I gotta do that. That's part of this lifestyle. And they adopt those toxic mindsets. I think they're looking around, and the Jones matter in those situations. There's a player that has like a Honda Civic or something, and they clown him so bad. Every time I see him in the news, they're like, why he got that Honda Civic pulling up to an NBA game? Man, listen, that brother is the smartest person there. They just don't get it, right? I think the stat is like 4 out of 5 NBA players, or NFL players, end up going broke. 4 out of 5 end up going broke.
That's why
it's also true with the NBA too.
Look at Osho.
The NBA too. Yeah, I didn't see that stuff, but for specifically when I was watching this documentary,
it's higher. It's higher for NFL than it is for NBA. It's higher.
You said what?
It's higher for NFL than it is for NBA.
Yeah.
NFL has a shorter lifespan of the athletes. Like their total playing time is a lot shorter because of injuries and because all the things. But look at Ocho Cinco. That man said, "I wear fake jewelry. I fly Spirit. I'm not playing. And he got all this money, but he's like, I am not finna lose it. Now he might be hoarding it. Hopefully he's investing it, but that's the right thing to do. I think what needs to happen is there needs to be more mentorship with these, and there probably is. It's a matter of, do you want to listen or not? Because you think about it, you're around people like LeBron James, who is a steward. You're around people who had made less, that maybe didn't make 30 million, maybe they made 5 million, who've made great decisions. So you've chosen, because you have access to that kind of information, but you chose to run game and rob people and commit wire fraud and insurance. You chose to do that. That was a choice. Everybody got choices. You just chose the wrong shit. And that's the thing.
Remember that guy Shannon? Was it Shannon Sharp, who made good decisions and then blew it on an OnlyFans? OnlyFans girl.
To catch up with you at some point. He did everything right, and then
he literally survived. I don't know what he was before, but he had like a whole life afterwards where he went against the grain. He went against the statistics. He became even more successful, and then just poof, he's dingling.
White women have been the downfall of many black women. So let's go to a commercial. Another commercial.
I know you're busy, you got things to do, and you can't take us on the go with you every single day. Good news for you, we are now on Spotify. So if you can't watch us, now you can listen to us on Spotify. Search Fly Nubian Money and all the episodes shall appear. All you have to do is like, subscribe, leave a 5-star rating, leave some comments, tell people how you love us, so that when other people come along and are looking for a great show to watch, they can find Fly Nubian Money too. One last thing, and just in case you've been sitting under a rock, Fly Nubian Money now has an investment club. We are the Fly Nubian Money Club. It's easy. All you have to do is go to flynubianmoneyclub.com, and I am committed to bringing in top experts from all industries to help you level up. They're teaching us the skills that we need to compete in this market. We often say that nobody is coming to save us, not the government, but guess what? We're coming to save us. I'm coming to save you with the Fly Nubian Money Club. So listen, all you have to do again is go to flynubianmoneyclub.com. We have a 30-day free trial set up just for you, just for those people that are struggling. Even if you ain't struggling, you ain't got to struggle. I'm coming. Okay, let me stop playing. I'll see you soon.
Welcome back. So listen, we're talking about NBA players who made millions upon millions, like 9 figures, and ended up losing it all. There's a gentleman named, whatever his name, Telfair.
Sebastian Telfair.
Can we look at his video real quick again so we could just kind of like recap what the hell kind of foolishness that we are dealing with and we're looking at, please?
Sure. We ain't sugarcoat nothing. Look, we ain't got no keys. This is how you get your mail. How you get your mail? You ain't got no mail? We good. Can't come in here by yourself. Gotta sign a waiver to come in 2940. I'm gonna show y'all the inside. You hear? Let's go. This is a culture shock, but I ain't gonna lie, me coming back to the projects was a gift. It was a gift and a curse, but more of a gift, tell you the truth. I really wanted to show the world exactly how I'm living. Being in the project is all a mental thing also, you know what I'm saying? But shit is definitely real. This is the kitchen right here and shit. This shit get lit at, take care of yourself. My last pantry I had in my crib was a whole room size. You know what I'm saying? But right now this is the pantry, you heard? Check out the amenities, man. Stainless steel appliances and all that. This is my office / closet room. Y'all might have seen this jersey right here. Y'all see this jersey right here? 1,000 pair off-whites and all that. Y'all already know I'm gonna stay fly. They're a little worn, so somebody got their ass bust when me wearing these. I don't know if y'all know, on COVID I lost my mom, and I lost my oldest brother, and the next year, God sent me twins, girl and boy. I'm gonna go say what's up to them. They sleep out. This is my twins' playroom right here. But most important was these right here. Make sure my kids read about me. Middle of the J's with a book, a movie, my own sneakers. Shit crazy.
Sir, you live in a project, you couldn't clean up your house for the people. You knew that they was coming. You couldn't even clean up for the people. You couldn't even do that.
You know what though, Constance? I heard so many things at that time when I listened to it. I heard I lost my mother. I lost my like the 3 family members in a row.
COVID.
And then, and then he had, like there's all of these little things that I hear him saying, and almost and also it made me think about, like, sometimes if we feel like we're worthy of, it almost feels like he feels most comfortable in that type of situation where it's like when he had everything, there's a deserving that I don't think he felt like he deserved it or something. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to what I know. I'm gonna be comfortable here. Here's where I feel most safe. I don't know. It's trauma, really. I keep saying that. I mean, I'm not a therapist. We ain't got a therapist on here today, but I do feel like we struggle and we don't even know why we're struggling. We
but
just do dumb shit.
I appreciate you saying that. I really do appreciate you saying that because, I was just looking at it. He was just a dumb motherfucker. But if you do me a favor real quick, read down. Now the man is in jail. So read that list from Chat Tina of all the things that this man has done to lose his money. Just to recap, get you up to speed on this, people.
Okay. Telfair earned approximately $30 million over his NBA career. He lost major endorsement deals worth an estimated $20 million with Adidas after a robbery incident. Legal troubles piled up. Involvement in a healthcare fraud scheme defrauding the NBA players' health and welfare benefit plan. That cost him around $4 million. Arrests for weapons and other offenses which drained money, disrupted his career, and added legal costs. He ended up moving back to the same projects he grew up in because his finance collapsed.
So I heard, what you said, and I felt I was like, okay, yeah, I was feeling real compelled to feel bad for him because there is that trauma. He lost his mom and his brother during COVID, and maybe he just didn't feel like he was worthy or deserving. But then when I hear about that laundry list, I'm back to dumb motherfucker.
But that goes into it, doesn't it? That to me, I don't know. I feel like it's all related.
Well, I want to ask Melania, did she hear something different the second time she watched the video?
So I'm curious, the 20 million that he lost, was that part of the 30, or would he have gotten an additional 20? Where they said he had an endorsement deal that he lost. Does that mean he was worth 30 million because of that 20 million endorsement deal and he lost it?
Anonymous said that doesn't go into it. That's what Anonymous said. I think that's
what did Anonymous say?
He said no, that doesn't go into it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was he just lost.
So he could have had 50 million.
Correct.
If he hadn't lost that 20. Okay. Then he lost another 4 million with fraud and what have you.
And the legal fees and, because all he had, y'all, was a bag of weed. Y'all was saying crack, but the most he was found with
smoking crack.
That's what he was caught with. That's what he was caught with.
Smoking weed.
So let's try to be constructive, okay?
Thank you. Because I have no construction in me.
If you know, and I say this even just about marriage, if you come from a family where you don't know anybody married and nobody succeeds or whatever, if that is your desire, you already know that there's an uphill battle, right? So you're going to need to go and find resources. You're going to find people. You're going to find systems and things to put in place to ensure that you are going to be successful. And this means that, unfortunately, you're going to have to work harder than most people to make sure that things go well for you. And I remember the other day I was talking about, like, if your mom and dad were married and grandma's married and auntie's married, all you got to do is act normal and things will just kind of work out for you, right? But if you, right, you just got to act like everybody else and things will kind of work. It seems silly, but that's actually true. But if what is right and what is successful is abnormal for you, then you got to learn how to not act what seems like normal to you. And you got to be very proactive about that. And like I said, you can't put yourself in a position where just one bad decision wrecks your life. I remember there was one African, I think he was a soccer player or something, put everything in his mother's name. Then he married a lady who thought she could run off of his money, only to find out that when she divorced him, he had nothing. And the trust fund is the same thing. Like, if you have a trust fund, I don't care how much suing you sue me, I got nothing. Like,
that's true.
Yeah, sue me if you like. I have nothing. It all belongs to the trust fund, right? So that's how you insulate yourself certain things. And even when you make bad decisions, they don't affect everything that you have because you've just made that one correct decision. So it's just a matter of just knowing where you come from and desiring to do something different and being very proactive and being smart. I remember back in the day, Shaquille O'Neal was one of the richest men from the NBA, right? Shaquille O'Neal, I hate to say it, he was so dumb. He literally used to say, duh, you know, but he was smart enough to like put things in place, get financial literacy, start businesses. He had a reel of experts that helped him put, and like now it's like all on autopilot, right? The only thing I don't like about him is I think I once heard him say that his children are not going to inherit anything or something like that. And I thought that was stupid.
I think he said like, y'all ain't rich, I'm rich, but he also takes care of all his baby mamas, even his baby mama who's with somebody else. He's like, yeah, I'm supposed to, I'm a man, I'm still taking care of her.
Yeah,
so,
that's not a flex.
But I think it is. I think he probably is. They probably will inherit it, but I don't think he was saying they're not going to inherit it. I think he just said, y'all ain't rich, I'm the rich one. Which is
rich, yeah. But he should be instilling that wealth mindset into them.
Probably is. He probably is. But you know what? I want to know where was this man's mentors? Because I know if he grew up playing basketball, he went through the AAU, and there were men around. There had to have been men that were coaching him, that were leading, that were guiding, that were keeping him disciplined. There had to be men inside the NBA, some maybe older players that came and said, "Young, like what happened? Who failed him, or maybe." He was just too hard-headed to listen. I don't know. I do want to add, I think we have another video. Do we have another video, Tiara? Let's take a look at this next video.
Did you know that NFL players that are multimillionaires, 4 out of 5 of them are either going bankrupt or reporting that they're having financial distress? That's literally, for every 5 NFL players, 4 of them are either bankrupt or having financial hardship after they play, of course. There was even a documentary that came out that was called Broke, and it talked about exactly why NFL players are going broke right after playing. And one of the main reasons, as I thought about it, was probably because of this. Most NFL players have perfected the art and the craft of playing football, but the reason that most of them go broke is because no one's taught them how to be financial literate. Think about it. You go from playing football where you're making barely anything in college, everyone else is making money besides you, and then the next thing you know, you're a multimillionaire, literally with 6 figures and 7 figures that you're making a month and a year. It's really easy to spend that money thinking that it's going to be there forever because you never had money before. Financial literacy is by far one of the most important aspects for everyone, not even just NFL players, to understand. And the truth is that not many people are financially literate. If NFL players and quite frankly everybody else understood 2 things, I guarantee you they would not be in the situation that they are, and it would end this financial literacy epidemic. You might be asking, what is that? All right, I'll tell you. It's actually really simple. The first thing you need to understand is what a liability is. A liability is essentially things that take money away from you. Whenever you purchase a liability, is it taking money from you monthly, or are you making money from it? If you're making money from a purchase, then that's called an asset. An asset can be things like real estate or stocks or bonds. Essentially, anything that you purchase that makes you money. If people understood the difference between liabilities and assets, I guarantee you your financial situation will change, and NFL players as well. If you're interested in learning more, click the link in my bio.
So, Tiara's chat GPT is Chat Tina, mine's Chat Tisha. And I asked Chat Tisha, does the NFL or NBA offer financial literacy to players? And if so, what kind? And they do. The NFL offers financial education program, player engagement, financial literacy seminars. They have advisors for a program for NFL players, which is the NFLPA. And then NBA offers the rookie transition program and financial literacy, ongoing financial literacy via the NBPA. Community and youth financial education tie-ins. And it said the key differences in NFL program appears broader in that it integrates across career and post-career life. So it ain't that it's not there. It's there. It's the choices that they choose to make to whether they want to integrate. They could be hearers of the word, but if they're not doers of the word, then it's not going to matter. What are your thoughts, Nomalanga?
So yeah, just offering the education, unfortunately doesn't mean that people won't still fall into the trap. In high school, I think there's like sex education or whatever, and you still get little girls knocked up before they graduate. There's been so many since the 80s, so many campaigns for HIV and what have you, and people still get the disease and other diseases. Just the fact that the education is there doesn't mean people won't fall into the trap. Anonymous kept asking twice. He's like, where is his father? Doesn't he have a daddy? Didn't his daddy teach him? And that's an element that I think people always try to ignore. That's kind of the role of your father. And people try to go through life pretending like fathers don't matter, but they do. There is no person that can make that amount of money that has a stable father who will allow him, unless he's also just a loser who's just a shock like everybody else.
Correct.
But his father would have guided his decisions. His father would have insulated him from a lot of things. And that's something that's necessary from generation to generation. That's one of the greatest roles of a husband and a father, is he has to think about not just the future, but the financial future of his children and his family. And if one of the children ends up being more successful than everybody else, that responsibility still remains. I know families, like I think it's Kiki Palmer. She talks about, like, she lives very regular, and she always talks. She comes from a 2-parent home, and her parents instilled that in her. I think Brandy, the singer Norwood, also, you'll see her father and her mother very, very present. And you don't hear about those people actually acting crazy, and you don't hear about them going broke because they have solid families who are trying to insulate them from that life, the life of, get rich, go wild, kill yourself with drugs, and then end up broke. They insulate them from that.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Tiara?
What was the question? What do I think about?
The fact that they do offer financial literacy, but the fact that 4 out of 5 people are still going bankrupt, even with the financial literacy.
Yeah, like you all have said, it's just really a matter of choices. I'm a fan of watching. I really like the transition that LeBron is making with making documentaries, like sports documentaries on Netflix. I watch them all. I love the sports documentaries that are on Netflix because I like to, first of all, I like the mindset of an athlete just in life. I like the winner mentality, that whole Mamba thing. I'm into that. And so what I've noticed, though, is the younger boys, these younger NFL players, they get it. They really do. NFL, NBA, well, it's a lot of NBA stuff because it's basketball, but they get it. They're starting shoes. They're starting their own brands. They're saving their money. They are still splurging, but not in a way that'll end up they'll end up broke. So I think they're taking their cues from their OGs, the Allen Iversons, I think they're taking those cues and going, I don't want to be broke. So hopefully in 20 years, this is not the case with these young men that I'm seeing, but there's some really smart young boys coming up. Yeah. So hopefully that is, and I just think in general, like a lot of the kids they're just different, right? When I'm thinking about just in general, like these kids are different, the way they move, the way they think. And so I think moving forward, they'll be okay, but they do it differently than when we did it. We was bling blinging and stunting like the dad. I don't know. I was in New Orleans, but stunting like my daddy. Like it was the bling culture. It was being as extravagant as you could. It was about showing instead of building. It would, that was where we came up with millennials. What are you? You said you're old lady. What was it?
We're Gen Xers.
Gen Xers.
I'm not. My kids be like, "Aren't you a
baby boomer?
Aren't you a boomer mom?"
A baby boomer? No. No.
The other thing was a whole bunch of baby mamas. Hey, I saw it in the comments, and they were like, "Ooh, sometimes they blow that money by having like multiple baby mamas." And those baby mamas also cash in. Hey.
They do.
And then the guy ends up all broke, and they've secured their future and the future of their kids.
Yeah.
But I do like what you said in terms of we're seeing a transition in the way that we think. I do believe that.
Mm-hmm.
I went to you have like these guys like Earn Your Leisure, and they really appeal to that that base, that hip hop, younger culture that's really seeking financial literacy, and I could appreciate that. I do think because there's so much more information out there, you do have these kids that are seeing these OGs that are broke, that have come into all this money, and they don't want that for themselves. So I do see a change in the trajectory because you come from a place of ignorance, of lack of education, and of poverty, and you ain't never seen nothing. At least now these kids coming up, maybe they're not living this life, but perhaps they can see it on the internet because they got access to the internet, and they can see what's possible. And then they also see what's happening and how they can prevent that from happening to them. So, I do at some point want to look at the glass as half full, because I don't think it's all doom and gloom. Even though this dude was a dumb motherfucker, Sebastian whatever was a dumb motherfucker, I think I do have hope for the younger generation, the Gen Zs and all those guys. But I know we have some stats, Tiara. Let's take a look at the stats, and let me just read them. Okay, so
you about to read them from your you about to read them from?
Yeah, because you ain't got them, right? You don't have them?
I mean,
you slacking on your Mackie? I'm gonna go ahead and read the stats. According to Sports Illustrated, nearly 60% of NBA players go broke within 5 years of leaving the league. So that's 60% of NBA, and I think NFL is what, 85%?
Mm-hmm.
A survey by National Bureau of Economic Research found that sudden wealth without financial education leads to a higher risk of bankruptcy, which I just read to you that they are getting access to financial literacy. Many players enter the NBA at 18 or 22 years old with no money management skills and immediate access to millions. But again, we know that they are getting some financial literacy training. The average NBA career lasts only 4.5 years. That's interesting. And studies show that childhood poverty and trauma can create long-term struggles with impulse control, stress management, and financial habits, which is kind of what you were pointing to, Tiara, when you were talking about, the trauma that he probably dealt with and not feeling worthy, not feeling deserving of all of these financial blessings. Black male athletes are often expected to financially support multiple family members, which increases financial strain.
Can we talk about that though? That's a real thing. Like you get famous and you feel like you need to take care of everybody. You got an entourage. Everybody's always asking you for money. There's a real pressure there. So I think they lose a lot of money that way. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And it goes back to what's that called? Survivor's remorse or survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
Have to take care. MC Hammer had like $100 million. I mean, he didn't go broke. That was just a myth, but he didn't. I've seen his house in Tracy, California. It's nowhere near like, what he was when he was living in the hills. So, but that's part of going back and taking care of all your friends, all your family and everything else. But I will say, I have a friend who used to sing backup for him. And she said, I've also seen him blow $100,000 on a dice game. Like, it is taking care of your family, but it is also making poor decisions. So it's not just that one thing. It's a myriad of multiple things.
Yeah.
And then finally, mental health issues among retired athletes has risen by more than 50% in the last decade due to loss of identity and loss of structure. So how does mental health, Nomalanga, play into that? What do you think? Because we could be very, logical about, this being a dumb motherfucker who just made bad choices, but there might be mental health issues.
I don't know if the mental health issues come up when they realize that they're back to broke, or if they end up back to broke because of mental health issues. We don't know which comes first. But I can certainly say this, to your point, Tia, about people saying, you're the most rich or you're the most famous or whatever. That's not just for celebrities. That happens in all families. The person who they feel is the most successful kind of takes on this weird thing where they got to pay for everything. They got called for every emergency and what have you. And that can also really affect you mentally, emotionally, and in other ways. But it still goes back to the point of putting things in place where you're able to insulate yourself from your life going into a total wreck. Mental health isn't something that's irreversible. There's people who are literally nuts, and they take some pills and they're able to act normal because they took the pills, right? So it's not like the end all and be all. It's untreated mental health issues that become a problem. And we all have at some point felt depressed, or it's not as severe or whatever. I can't emphasize enough, I'm trying to be constructive. I think if you know that you don't come from what it is that you desire, you know that you have to do something different than the people around you. You have to do something different than what you know or what feels normal to you. You know, whatever you're dealing with.
Amen.
Did I go out just now?
Yeah,
I
that's
think we
so
all
weird.
went out. I think I went out too.
Yeah, we all.
Oh,
went out.
okay.
Yeah.
That was strange.
And no, Anonymous keeps saying low IQ. There are people with low IQs that staff their weaknesses, that put smart people around them to make sure that they make smart decisions.
Yeah.
It's not just about being dumb or stupid or whatever. You can be dumb and stupid, or maybe low IQ, or not that intelligent, not that educated, but just have enough sense to know that if I can get the right information and put the proper systems in place, I can insulate myself from my life turning into a wreck.
Yeah.
You know, that was crazy because I took a position at a private equity firm years ago. I don't know what I was doing there, but they wanted me to be the corporate communications liaison. And we used to go and have these meetings on Wall Street. And a lot of those guys aren't, we talk about low IQ, they're not that bright. They just, they can just, like you said, align themselves with money in a way. And they've learned that they only have to, but they're not smart. You think that you get in the meetings, I used to be like, oh my God, because he made $400 million yesterday. You know, you think that they have all this, and you start talking, you're like, okay, you know, you're not that bright, you know. So that doesn't necessarily mean anything to Nomalinga's.
And you know what, too, to your point, Barack Obama said that. Remember, he was like, you get in these rooms and you like, these people really aren't that smart.
Yeah.
And of course, as a Black person, you got to be smarter than the average bear, but you are dealing with people who have a lot of power and a lot of control over a lot of things, i.e. Donald Trump.
Yeah, that's exactly who I thought of immediately.
Not that smart, right?
He's tripled, and he's tripled his wealth this year.
Yeah.
Stealing SNAP benefits, but go ahead.
But go on.
He stole them. Go ahead.
But I mean, we know the election was rigged. But anyway, you know, who was that? BLB 1999 said, you cannot be everyone's savior. This is what happens. They made their choices. And so for our final thought, Tiara, I want you to go first. What do you think could have been done differently, or how do we support, or how do we, let me see, what do I want to ask you? Let's talk about your circle. How does a person like this, how can a circle influence them, and how do they get out of that? How do they recover? Talk about that. How do you recover from something like this?
Yeah, I mean, as you know, I mean, I come every day and meet the baddest, most brightest queens in the world who have become very much like my circle. Like, I love these ladies in real life, in real time. A lot of them, I mean, I know I met Nomalinga maybe, almost
more than 10 years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say it got to be like 12, 13 years ago, and we've all been following each other, and I think there's some admiration. But I learned from you all, and so I think your circle, if I'm around, what is this saying, Constance? You say it all the time. If I'm around 5 broke people, I'm gonna be the 6th or whatever that is.
Or like Fraser said, if you around 3 hoes, you're gonna be the 4th one.
You're gonna be something. Or whatever, right? So you are who you're around. You pick up dialogue, you pick up language from people. I mean, and it doesn't even take that long. You start hanging around somebody, you start like taking some of their language, and you be like, I don't know why I say that. I mean, I say it because I hang with her. But everything, it's all contagious. And so if you get yourself around people that are making money, that are thinking smarter, that are high vibrational, that have conversations about wealth building as opposed to gossiping, it really makes a difference in your life. It really makes a difference. And when you get around people that do that, you don't even have the appetite to even invest your energy into it. You get there and be like, oh, that's what y'all talking about? Okay, well, cool. Like, I'm gonna sit here, but I'm not in it. So I think circle is important, and the way to recover is It's to really just if when Sebastian gets out of jail in January 2026, I think he should take a real hard look at his life and what's next, what he wants to, where he wants to be, maybe get some therapy, maybe just start to really like think about where he's headed, make some goals, and then walk in that direction. But I know it's really, he's gonna have to start here and just like start with himself. He has to invest in himself and really figure out what he wants in life. That's how you recover. You really just you decide, and then you move towards that thing. My name is Tiara Williams. I'm also known as Miss Black Hollywood. I'm also known as Karma J. It just depends on the day.
What you is today, sis? What you is today?
Man, all right. So I'm Miss Black Hollywood today. Bow. Right. So this Saturday and Sunday, we
what you gonna be? Wait. What you gonna be this Saturday and Sunday, sis?
I'm gonna be Miss Black Hollywood this Saturday.
I thought you was gonna be Karma J. I thought you was gonna announce something.
Not this. No, I'm not announcing my show. I do have a show coming up, and it's not Saturday or Sunday. It's not until December 11th here in LA. So if y'all want to come through, come on.
Okay, so what you gonna be December 11th?
I'm gonna be Karma J on December 11th. I'm about to be Karma J in like an hour. But we partner with Dr. Lene, and we're doing a vision board strategy. That means we're getting you ready for 2026. You can come through for free. I think the email is the website is ceoreup.com. Come through. It's Saturday and Sunday. But we are going to help you get ready for 2026. It's no cost to you. And we really want to help you get a strategy. You're thinking about and visualizing what you want for this next year. And the decisions, again, deciding what do you want and having us come together and create a strategy for that thing. So ceoreup.com is hold on, let me try to bring it up. I'm sorry.
REUP.com.
Yes. Do you see it in the banners? Because my computer StreamYard just threw me out. So ceoreup, do you see it? .com? ceoreup, like REUP, reup.com. Anyway, so yeah, come through. You see it, Constance? Bow.
Yep.
Bow. ceoreup.com. So go to that, come through, and let's get a strategy for 2026. Boom. Don't be like Sebastian Telfair.
Do not
be like.
And if you're looking to get married next year, start working on that too.
Yes.
Who's looking for marriage?
I want to get married.
Some people are.
Next year. Oh, for your vision board. Okay, your
vision board in there because I feel like we always have this thing where we all about our money, and that's nothing wrong with that. I'm all about my money, okay? And maybe I don't talk about it enough, so it seems like I'm not. But you got to get other aspects of your life in alignment too, and spend just as much time and effort, blood, sweat, and tears in it if you want it to work.
Absolutely.
So what you saying, Nomalenga, on our vision board, we should just do a little cutout of a man and put him up on
Absolutely.
And be like, I'm manifesting my husband in 2026.
I actually literally have a vision board with stuff like that. But do I do my final thoughts, Constance?
Yeah, I'm like thinking, I just want a boyfriend. I love that. I just want a boyfriend. I'm
gonna have to talk to you offline about that.
Boyfriend. We ain't gotta be husband. Boyfriend. Let's start small.
Go ahead. That is fear and trauma talking.
It sure is. Like you've been a wife and you want to demote yourself to be a girl.
No, I want to promote myself from single to boyfriend. Then we can talk about marriage later.
You've been a wife, and you want to demote yourself to girlfriend status.
Help me, Nomalenga. Help me, Moses.
Fine.
The marriage Moses.
I wanted to just pick up on one thing that they said in the comments, and when Tiara was talking and she's saying, get around people. And somebody said, look, if you're a little kid in the project, you can't get around nothing but other project kids. And that's a really good point, because I will say most people don't know this about me, but I am a hermit. A lot of the people that I interact with them online like this, right? And I do courses online. I read books. So sometimes people think when you say get around smart people, they think that you got to physically be with them, but you can get around them in other ways. I remember Boyce taught me this because I was like, I think it was about 10 years ago, and I was like, I want to be a world-class speaker. And he's like, you don't have to physically go there, right? And I ended up with like 3 blogs, a YouTube channel, and I was speaking around the world. I did it physically, but I do everything online more than I do it physically. So I just want to put that out there as my final thought, that being around positive people can just be something like watching shows like this, reading good books, buying good audio, being in masterminds, being in social clubs that are all online so that you're still getting around good people. Somebody said, number, why do we have to be married?
Double A.
That's a whole book, honey, and I'll write it.
I think Double A was married too, and she like, I did it. That's so funny. We all like family here, because I think she said that before. She said that a while ago.
Yeah. So if you want to find me, my name is Nomalanga. You can find me on Instagram. I still have the handle of Noma Moses. You can find me on Facebook as Nomalanga Khaburoni, and then also on YouTube, I have my own YouTube channel as well. And then also, please do go to pathsforourgirls.com and support us. We have a charity that we started here in Botswana that takes care of girls that experience period poverty. Some girls don't go to school because they're on their period and they don't have the supplies. And just a little bit counts. And I will say this, the people that actually support our charity the most are our viewers from all the shows that I've done in the last few years.
Nice. Good job.
So thank you. Yeah.
Good job. Good job. Make sure you go to pathsforourgirls.com. Please, please, please. I just say that I think it just really takes a village, y'all, with these boys. And I think we got to be more intentional about just surrounding them, volunteering, mentorship. They just need to be and see what positivity looks like. And you know what? Let me tell you. So yesterday, y'all, my son came out and told me that he's a motivational speaker, right?
It's so good. I knew it. He's
oh my
so
God.
good. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Listen, you ain't got to put me on.
I also went and saw him on TikTok.
Did you? Thank you. So he has a whole page. But what I discovered yesterday, because his friend is the one that made him tell me. His friend made him tell me. So I sat down and I talked to them, talked to them both and just listening to them. And my son came here from California, didn't know nobody. This boy ended up transferring schools, and his boy came from a really, really rough background. And he's going through rough stuff right as we speak, but it's so positive. But in a school where it's all these Black kids and they bad as shit, they fighting all the time, these 2 boys chose to be positive. My son comes from a privileged background, yeah, and he has me as a mother. This other kid did not come up from a privileged background, and he's had it rough. But they both made a choice, because you could still, no matter if you come from privilege or not, you could still make a choice to do the right thing, to choose the right things. And, it comes from, just pouring into them and praying, but it's also decisions that they make. And so we just have to make sure that we're surrounding our children. And just like I think it was Deborah Will Wynn said, they done fucked around and gave us the internet. So these boys are choosing to look at positive things. They're choosing to, have that be part of their timeline than just, world star and fighting. So they have to be exposed, but they also have to make choices and decisions. And they have to understand and know that what positive outcomes look like, not just the fast money, the fast life. I just want it all right now. But what does that look like? And so we just have to continue preaching the word, doing the things, being examples in our communities, because it's bigger than what they see out there. It's what they see right here. That's what they need to see, is those people who are immediately in there right here that are doing stuff in the community. We need to volunteer more. We need to be resources for these children as well, so that they don't lose $30 million and be back in the projects after they've made it. So that's my thought on that. Where can you find me? Everywhere I am Constance Carter. I do have the Net 7 Collective, which everybody here should be a part of. And what I am starting the next cohort January of 2026. Now, if you are a Black woman, or a Black woman who wants to increase their net worth, who wants to be surrounded by other positive Black women, I'm also rolling out something new for the women inside the group as well, to help them get more visibility and exposure and make more money. If you want to be around people like that, hit me up. Go to my website, ConstanceCarter.com, and I'm happy to have a conversation with you so we can see how we can take you to your next. All right. And also, I just wrote this book. It's called The Ramp, but it's not available.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a journal. It is an amazing journal. And I just talk about, this is the thing that actually helped me to get unstuck when I was going through my divorce and I was transitioning and all that stuff. And it helped me to kind of get in alignment. So I just wrote a book about it. It's what I teach the ladies too, but I wrote a book about it. And actually, it's not like I haven't promoted it yet. So we're all like 25 of us are doing this 21-day reset together before I promote it.
Wow.
It's available on Amazon if anybody wants to buy it, but it's amazing, if I must say so myself. So actually,
what's the title?
It's called The Ramp Journal. It's a 21-day reset. And it's on Amazon. And so I actually have a journal to go with that. So after I get off here, I do my midday, because I do a morning, midday, and night. But I'm really intentional about transformation. So that's what I'm doing with that. But it's also something that I coach the women inside the group too. So anyway, that's what that was.
Congratulations. Before you move forward, congratulations. Give it up for Constance. Constance, I stay proud of you, girl. You just be just doing the thing.
I appreciate it.
I love that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just so happy about my son, y'all. You don't even know, because this nigga, remember I told y'all, I was telling y'all,
he don't talk.
There's one, I can't crack that nut. He don't talk. All the other ones talk. They talk too much. This one, he don't talk. Nigga is talking all over his TikTok. Like, what?
He talked to me when we were.
I know. He don't talk to me. He mumbles. He grumbles. He ignores. He asks. He's motivating. So it's like, who are you and what have you done with my child? So I'm just happy about that. I'm just over the moon. I will say this. Sebastian's story is a reminder that success is not secure without stability. Money without the mindset does not last, and fame without support can actually destroy you. And nobody is built to carry everything alone. This is not about judgment, even though I did judge and call him a dumb motherfucker. It is about understanding what it takes to rise, to stay grounded, and to protect your future, because a fall does not have to be final, and it still doesn't have to be final, you guys, when the community learns the lessons too. All right. I appreciate Miss Black Hollywood, Miss Noma Langa. Make sure that you follow all these beautiful ladies. And we're going to be here on here tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel. We'll see you.